Well, hello and a very warm welcome back to the Andrew Eborn Show with me, Andrew Eborn, and my incredibly special guest, the wonderful radio laureate himself, Mike Read. How are you doing, Mike?
You're an incredibly scruffy guest. Look at you, Beau Brummel. Look at you.
Well, I thought I'd been out in the garden, so I thought I'd better change, and change the flowers as well, you would have noticed.
I know it's different colour, yeah, but as a magician, illusionist, you don't have. You can just turn around and go yellow, blue, which is what you do. Actually, it's a very cheap way of doing it. You're obviously a cheap man to be married to. You bought me new flowers, dear. Yellow, blue, make them violets, make them tulips. It's a clever wheeze. Yeah.
Oh, we love it. And there's Regent's Park, as you know, just around the corner. So the reason I go out so early of a morning, you'll see there are certain flower beds. We don't notice if flowers are missing. So it's got to be good.
You're the floral thief of Regent's Park.
Hey, confession time. I don't do that, by the way. It's got to be good. Always a Are you a gardener yourself? Do you like gardening?
And I like being out there. I mean, I used to have a lot of acres, so I was out rodding streams and prodding things. And
Is that how you? Is that, trouble is, I think
sorry?
you used to ride your bike too much. That's why you had a lot of acres.
I haven't got a what?
I think you rode your bike too much. That gives you a lot of acres, doesn't it?
Apparently, well, it does. I did a 500-mile walk and ride, and I was interviewed by a guy by the Humber Bridge who suggested getting Velcro shorts and some cream. He said, "Is it painful?" I said, "Yeah, a bit." He said, "Not where people expect." I said, "No." He said, "Yeah, let me give you a little tip." So he did, which was wonderful. And the rest of the ride was brilliant. But no, back to the garden. I used to have a little tractor, so I'd be out there in the tractor in the fields and what have you, which I loved. I loved being out there. And I used to go out, and I was out one day to be saying, I got this terrible rash. I didn't know what it was, and I went to the doc, and I thought, Harley Street doc's going to know what it is. And he said, "Oh, we'll test you for sort of 80 food." Oh no, please! I'm not allergic to food. "Well, we'll have to test you for about 80 allergies." Oh, please. And somebody said, "Oh, go and see a specialist." And I walked in, and she got it immediately. She said, "Live in the country?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Had your shirt off recently?" I said, "Yep." She said, "Do you have deer?" I said, "Yep." She said, "You got deer rash." Yeah, there's the thing. Take that. 2 days later, gone. I've been out cutting things, and the deer run down the pathways, lots of foliage, and the little sort of flea things brush off and get onto you. And that's where the rash came from. But
Deer
sorted within
rash?
2 days.
I've never heard of deer rash.
Deer rash, yeah. I don't know what its real name is. Is that too technical for you, deer rash?
Yes, I do. I thought it was a term of endearment. It's got to be good. Well, always a thrill. Well, you have been inspired by all things from Reader's Digest to Weeder's Digest, I reckon. And you picked two pop stars. Tell me how that came about.
Yeah, no, it's just yesterday. I mean, we get obviously a lot of people listening to the show, and Cheryl Baker from The Fizz is a pretty regular listener. And she always sort of tweets about being out in her garden and, digging her plots and doing her turnips and making it, and said, "I grew my own potatoes." And she quite likes it. And Kim Wilde does as well. They're both pretty green-fingered and love being out in the garden. So as I do a poem every day, I thought, last night I thought, maybe I can do one, sort of, country Pam Ayres one around Cheryl. So I did.
And I always love one of your poems with a glorious pun in the title. This particular one is called...
Top of the Plots.
I thank you. Over to you, Radio Laureate, for Top of the Plots. So Mike Read, an exercise in trowel and error. It's going to be... Did you see what I did there? The plot thickens when you put an extra bit of compost on it. It's over to you, the wonderful Mike Read, for Top of the Plots.
Well, apologies to A.A. Milne and Vespers. A gardener kneels at the foot of her bed, not saying her prayers, but planting instead. Hush, hush, whisper ye not. Young Cheryl Baker is tending her plot. God bless the potatoes and parsnips too. Oh, I do like to dig in the garden, don't you? God bless the lobelia and night-scented stock. Oh, God bless the turnips, I quite forgot. If I prick out my seedlings a little bit more, they'll come on a treat with a bit of manure. They're beautiful blue, except those that are red. Oh, God bless the sprouts, it went out of me head. I like messing about in the garden in spring, when I tie up me trousers with an old bit of string, and I have a fag and a spit and a cough, well, it's the smoke, you see, keeps the green fly off. God bless my geraniums and galanthus nivalis, my saxifraga crostata and polygola vulgaris. God bless my antirrhinums and my delphiniums, while I pinch out my sweet peas and plant more sweet williams. Forget Charlie Dimmock, I plant the odd acre. In Kent I'm known as Capability Baker. God bless my delphiniums, God bless my gloxinia, and God bless the fizz and all who sells in ya.
Hey, I love it. Always a thrill. There you go. Well, I was going to be a gardener, a vegetable gardener, but the celery wasn't high enough. You see? it's got to be.
It's a good job you don't practice those first.
Oh, absolutely. Trial and error. That's what I love. That was my favorite. It's got to be.
I heard that a while ago, a comedian. It was you.
Oh, yes, sorry. It's 1945 on the phone. They want their jokes back.
Yes. And all the gardening jokes that you tell, people go, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, I love it. It's got to be a thrill. Mike Read, it is always a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to tend your borders.
Hey, bye-bye. So thank you again to the wonderful Radio Laureate for being my guest here on the Andrew Eborn Show. If you'd like to be a guest yourself or have any comments on any of the subjects we discuss, write to me at guests@octopustv.com. That's guests@octopustv.com. Don't forget to subscribe on all of the usual channels, and you can follow me at Andrew Eborn at Octopus TV. It is always a delight to hear from you. Until next time, bye.